what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you like this video and share, subscribe for future videos. So today's video I have we're going over the 7 chakras. I wanted to just dive into another self-awareness, self-love practice as we continue to deal with all of the craziness that's going on in America. Oh my God, y'all, I know it's tough. Staying balanced, staying grounded. I know we got emotions all over the place. Like I said, I have been dealing with family tragedy through grieving. So whatever it is that you're dealing with, I just wanted to give another perspective, another viewpoint, another example of how to be aware, how to manage your emotions, how to overcome different things, and just simply elevate. Okay, so first let me say this: the chakras are split up into 2 different parts. How I like to look at it, the first 3 chakras are going to be all about earth and physical connectivity with the body and other people and just everything, just more grounded, just more physical. The last 4 chakras, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakra, are going to be more spiritual, more connected to things that you can't see to the naked eye. Basically everything that has to do with emotions that we can't see, things that we can't feel or touch or hear. I'm going to go ahead and go through these as quick as I can. So if you want, pause, take notes, because I'm trying to cram a lot into one video. The first one is the root chakra. The root chakra is going to be the very, very first one that you always want to work on, because this one supplies stability, security, focus, groundedness. The root chakra represents the beginning of the process. You cannot elevate or open or balance any other chakras until this one is open and balanced. When your root chakra is not open or balanced, when your root chakra is not open, this will cause you to be just scattered all over the place. You don't have any you can't seem to complete tasks. You don't have any plan. You can't focus. You don't have any type of direction. You don't have any goals. You're emotionally all over the place. So there's no focus. There's no stability. There's just a lot of autopilot going on. You're just going with the way of the motions of the world. You may just be working and going home. You may just be spazzing out all the time. You can't seem to get anything into alignment. How do we open and balance this chakra? You have to, for one, meditate. All of the chakras, I'm going to say meditate every time, because this is what helps us recenter ourselves. Praying, meditation, whatever you choose to call it, but just simply getting out in nature, planting your feet on the ground, and exercise. Exercise is so underrated. Exercise can play into all of these. Meditation and exercise is going to play into all of the chakras anyway. Exercise help you to release those hormones that I was talking about, release those endorphins, and it just naturally just increase your energy field around you. It helps you let go of so many negative thoughts, emotions. The second one is your sacral chakra. This energy area of your body is going to be below your navel, and obviously you know it's down there by your sexual parts. So the sacral chakra represents your sense of creativity along with your sensuality and sexuality. Now this ties into kind of your sex life, how you feel about operating in your emotions more, and how you also just complete tasks in a more creative way. Now when your chakra, when the sacral chakra is too open or you're operating in it too much, this is when you will see your sex drive just become overactive. Like you gotta have sex 2-3 times a day. You may have a lot of anxiety. Your emotions and your sexuality and sensuality is just over heightened. It's just too open. And of course the opposite, if this chakra is closed, you probably are not having sex at all. Now it's understandable if you're purposely not having sex for other reasons, but when you have no sense of any type of sexual drive, you feel like your parts are not working, and you may have a creative block. Now, I'm not saying that everyone has to be a creator. You got to be online doing all of these things, or you got to be some type of artist, music, or drawing and stuff. Creativity is just the way you kind of express yourself. It could be anything simply as trying a new recipe at home, or just trying to take a different route on your way to work, or just getting those creative juices flowing can be expressed in many ways. This is not for just like professional. And how do we make sure this chakra is open and aligned and balanced? Of course, through meditation, exercise, but this is more so geared towards water. This one, you can just try to take more baths and submerging yourself into water more. If you're a person that likes taking showers a lot, maybe you want to take a trip and be near the beach somewhere. Drink more water. Try to eat sweet food sometimes. Not saying that you need to overindulge in sugar. Obviously, yeah, I know I'm all here for not overindulging in the sugar, but try to put maybe some more sweets into your diet. You may be eating like just a lot of more bitter foods too. The third chakra is the solar plexus. This one is geared more towards your personality. I don't like using this word, but your ego, your sense of self-confidence. This is your solar plexus chakra. Obviously, if you're operating too much into this chakra, if it's too open, you're just overly confident. You're asserting your aggression onto people too much. You're probably just real self-centered and just real selfish. But your closed solar plexus, some symptoms may be you have a lack of appetite. You're feeling just really depressed. You have no self-esteem. It's basically the opposite of being too open. You just have no sense of drive or want to do anything with yourself. There's a lot of self-doubt there, maybe even thoughts of suicide. So how do you balance this chakra? How do you make sure it is open? Just like practicing that self-awareness and self-love, taking time for self-care, setting some goals for yourself, even small goals, and trying to accomplish them helps build some confidence. I have another video on how to build confidence, 5 ways to build confidence. Just try to, if you're not a person that like to take risks, just get out and take risks a little bit more often to build that confidence. All right, this one is a little self-explanatory. The heart chakra. The heart chakra is the connected to your connectedness to just all living things, all living beings, being empathetic and being able to feel, what other people are going through, having compassion for others and for yourself. It's just the overall love chakra. Now, when this chakra is closed, and I know it's very, very hard to open this chakra, like I said, if you're not working on aligning those other chakras, because the heart chakra, it takes a bit of work because it requires you to let go a lot of grief. It requires you to let go a lot of resentment and hatred that you may have towards someone. And a lot of people have this issue, especially with a lot of us dealing with childhood traumas that last forever. Having a poor diet, things like that, not wanting to exercise is when this chakra is closed. These are symptoms of that you may not practice self-love if you're not eating right, if you're not taking care of yourself. And when this chakra is too open, it is exactly the opposite. It's like you're just all over the place with your love. You're just you're more open, but understanding that being open, a lot is going out, but also you're letting a lot in. This is when you're not setting boundaries for yourself. Like, of course, give love, have empathy, have compassion, but you have to use your discernment to understand when it's necessary to withdraw. How do we practice opening this chakra once we have opened and balanced the other ones? You want to practice expressing gratitude, waking up every day, expressing how thankful you are for the things that you have now. You want to take deep breaths, and this is tied into meditation, but constantly breathing deep during your meditation to get that blood flowing. And of course, exercising, yes, and just doing activities that you love, like constantly doing things you love and being around people that you love will help you keep this chakra open. One of my favorites, the throat chakra. I'm such an introvert, y'all, so I understand when you do not just you be in your bag, in your box, in your bubble within yourself. Sometimes it is unhealthy though, y'all. At the end of the day, we have to express ourselves. We have to figure out our outlets and the different ways that we want to use different forms of expression. The throat chakra is all about expression and communication. A lot of people have a lot of issues with this chakra and do not realize it. Like me, sometimes when my throat chakra is like too open, I'm just like, of course I do it, I let it out like in my content. So, but sometimes it's okay to be like, okay, let me withdraw, let me bring it back down, let me stop and listen for a second. Or when your throat chakra is too open, not even just talking too much, but just when you are communicating with other people, you notice that you're the dominant one that's talking. You're just always dominating conversations. You always got to be right. You always got to have the last word. You don't know how to have that equal balance of sharing communication with someone else. So this probably is a symptom of your throat chakra being too open. And being too closed, obviously we know when you're just completely introverted all the time. You don't want to communicate with anyone. You don't want to express yourself. You're probably really passive aggressive. I got a little issue with that sometimes too, because I understand. But understanding that whatever emotion you're feeling, you have to express it. You have to communicate it. You got to let it out. When your throat chakra is too closed, other symptoms can also be just being in a state of denial. Like, it's just important conversations that you know you need to have, or maybe you don't know you need to have, and you just don't want to never have those conversations. You're in denial, doing a lot of stuttering, and just having low self-esteem. Sixth chakra is the third eye chakra. So this one is more tied to the pineal gland, obviously. That is the part of our brain that is associated with our sleep pattern, and it has that activity going on like when we're sleeping. Third eye is getting that connectedness, that balance with your intuition, with your gut. It's being able to put things into perspective, seeing both sides of situations. Having a balanced third eye helps you be able to maneuver just life more easy, more smoother. When your third eye is closed, this is when you are like completely on autopilot. And like I said, I went through all of this, y'all, when I had lost my brother and my nephew last year, and I going through the grieving process of losing cousins. All of my chakras, I feel like, was just and I was on autopilot, just working and going home and not wanting to deal with anything, not wanting to talk to nobody. Like, all the chakras was shut down. The third eye chakra helps you just wake up to the things that are going on around you, understanding how to maneuver, making better decisions. When your third eye is too open, this is when you catch yourself kind of floating off into space. And I do this sometimes throughout the year. I find myself going through little points in time where I'm just daydreaming. Your third eye is probably too open. You need to bring it back down. You need to come back down to earth for a second. And your imagination probably is just always like running wild and just going. And you're probably just making things up, assuming things that are not there. Your imagination is just, it could be just very negative. So this is the symptom of having a chakra, third eye chakra that is too open. How do we balance and align the third eye chakra? Obviously, meditation to get it back balanced. All right, y'all, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. The last chakra that we have is the crown chakra. Now, this chakra is tied to your spirituality, whomever you believe in, whatever higher power you subscribe to. This is when you get that connectedness to nature, to God, to Allah, to whomever. This is the most blissful chakra. This is the most blissful stage of life that you can be in. This is where all of your other chakras are open and aligned and balanced. It's just like a natural high where you're just completely at peace. Everything is healed. You don't have no worries. You tend to have a more higher understanding of life. You're connected with your highest self. When you are in this stage, you are receiving like blessings, mental, spiritual, physical, financial. You are manifesting things that you want. Everything you feel like is in alignment. You have the people around you that you feel really, really comfortable with sharing your spirituality with. Now, when this chakra is still closed, 9 times out of 10, some of your other chakras are still closed or out of alignment, because if they are, this chakra wouldn't be closed. So you still get a sense of being depressed about certain things. You don't understand anything about life. You still may have some things out of balance. You don't have any ambition, any drive to do anything. You're still feeling like stagnant in certain areas. The opposite of being this chakra is just too open. It's just that when you sense you always want to be in solitude, like you always want to be by yourself. Like, not saying that it's okay, because y'all know that I express, of course, how important it is to become grounded, to separate yourself to get back in touch with you, to have that alone time, maybe a couple times a week. It is important. But when you constantly feel like you just always want to separate yourself, that is a sign of you being, your chakra being too open. Balance and align this chakra. Just meditate. Like I said, if the other ones are already in alignment, because it's a process to align them one by one, sometimes, most of the time, if you have to. Just meditate, exercise, try to go out and be social with people as often as you can, but having that balance, like I said, on boundaries. You may want to check something that's going on in your diet. It may be time to just detox fruits and vegetables and smoothies, or you may want to cut some dairy out of your diet. That's all I have for y'all today. Thank y'all for tuning in. Leave a comment, let me know which one of these chakras you resonated with. I hope I explained it in a way where we can understand our emotions and how to get certain things healed or into alignment. If you didn't resonate with this video, it's fine. Click off of it. Thank y'all for tuning in. See you in the next video.